Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you gave so much, your love, your time, your energy, and still felt unappreciated? Like you were standing in a crowded room, screaming at the top of your lungs, but no one even turned to look at you? It hurts. But here's the truth you need to hear. Sometimes, the strongest move isn't holding on tighter, it's letting go, it's walking away. And while it may feel terrifying, it's one of the most empowering things you'll ever do. By the end of this conversation, you'll understand why walking away is more than an act of strength. It's a way to reclaim your respect, your dignity, and even attract the kind of energy you truly deserve. Let's get into it. Point 1. Why walking away matters. Imagine this. You're in a relationship where you're the one always making plans, showing care, and putting in the effort, while she barely acknowledges it. It feels one-sided, doesn't it? By staying, you're silently telling her it's okay to treat you this way. Here's a story. A friend of mine was in this exact situation. He was dating someone he truly cared for, but she rarely reciprocated his energy. She'd cancel plans last minute, dismiss his feelings, and take his efforts for granted. One day, he had enough. He calmly ended things and walked away. Not out of anger, but because he respected himself too much to stay in a relationship that didn't honor him. Guess what happened? A few weeks later, she reached out, apologizing and asking for another chance. For the first time, she saw his value. But by then, he'd already moved on and found his peace. Walking away flips the narrative. It's a wake-up call for others, showing them that your value isn't up for negotiation. You deserve respect, and sometimes leaving is the only way to demand it. Point 2. When should you walk away? Deciding when to walk away as a man can be one of the hardest choices you'll face, but there are 2 moments when you should be absolutely certain. 1. When you're being disrespected. Respect is non-negotiable. It's the foundation of every healthy relationship. If she belittles you, ignores your boundaries, or treats your feelings like they don't matter, it's a clear sign that she doesn't value you. Respect isn't something you beg for. It's something you demand by walking away when it's not given. 2. When you're losing yourself. This one hits deep. Look in the mirror. Do you still recognize the man you were? Losing yourself happens when you give up too much of who you are just to keep her happy or avoid conflict. No relationship is worth sacrificing your identity or self-worth. Here's a way to see it. Imagine a strong oak tree planted in poor soil. No matter how much it tries to grow, without the right environment, it withers. That's your spirit when you stay in a situation that drains you instead of nurturing you. Walking away isn't weakness. It's self-respect in action. It's saying, I deserve better, and stepping into a space where you can thrive. Always remember, the right woman will never make you question your value. Point 3. The psychology behind walking away. Walking away is more than just an action. It's a power move rooted in human psychology, specifically the scarcity effect. People instinctively value what they think they might lose. It's why we chase limited edition sneakers or feel the need to grab the last slice of pizza. It's a psychological pull that makes something seem more desirable. Take a page from Steve Jobs' book. Early in his career, when negotiations weren't going his way, he'd literally walk away from the table. Why? Because it sent a message, I know my worth, and I'm not settling for less. Time and again, the other party would come back with better offers, realizing they couldn't afford to lose him. That's the power of showing you're willing to walk away. When you walk away, you create a shift. It's like saying, I'm choosing myself over your terms. This principle applies to relationships too. When you walk away, you force the other person to reevaluate what they're about to lose. And if they don't come back, it's their loss, not yours. Point 4. The importance of self-respect. Here's a harsh truth. People treat you the way you allow them to. If you stay in situations where you're undervalued, you're silently teaching others that it's okay to disrespect you. Walking away is an act of self-respect, a bold statement that says, I refuse to settle for less than I deserve. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly put yourself first? Walking away creates that opportunity. It's a chance to prioritize your well-being. Hit the gym, dive into that hobby you've been putting off, or surround yourself with people who genuinely uplift you. I knew a guy who walked away from a relationship that was draining him emotionally. During his time alone, he rediscovered his passion for music, a love he hadn't explored in years. Leaving didn't just end a toxic chapter, it opened the door to a whole new version of himself, one filled with confidence and purpose. Walking away isn't just about cutting ties with others, it's about reconnecting with yourself. It's about choosing to value your own happiness, growth, and potential, because when you respect yourself, the world has no choice but to follow your lead. Point 5. How to walk away the right way. Walking away isn't about causing drama or proving a point, it's about showing clarity, self-respect, and intention. Let me break it down for you. First, communicate honestly. Don't leave anyone guessing. Say something like, I don't feel valued in this situation and I need to step away to focus on myself. It's simple, direct, and powerful. Avoid long explanations or emotional outbursts. This isn't about blaming, it's about being clear and calm. Second, stay consistent. Here's where most people mess up. They say they're leaving, but end up going back when it gets hard. Don't do that. If you keep wavering, you send mixed signals and weaken your message. Remember, walking away is about standing firm in your decision. Third, focus on your growth. Show yourself that this decision isn't an end, it's a new beginning. Finally, leave the door open for yourself. This doesn't mean they get to come back and treat you the same way. This is about leaving on good terms, so if you ever choose to revisit, you're coming back as a stronger, better version of yourself. And walking away is more than just leaving. It's a reset. It's about stepping into your worth and showing the world that you're willing to choose yourself. Every time you walk away from what doesn't serve you, you're walking toward what does. Point 6. Real life benefits. Walking away might feel like a gamble, but here's the reality. It clears the path for opportunities you didn't even know were possible. When you step away, the first thing you gain is clarity. You start to see people, situations, and opportunities for what they truly are, not what you hoped they could be. It's like wiping a dirty windshield. You finally see the road ahead clearly. Let me give you a real example. I know a guy who walked away from a toxic business partnership. It was a tough decision. At first, it felt like he was losing everything he had worked for, but within a few months, he found a new partner who shared his goals and vision. Together, they built something incredible, better than he had imagined when he was stuck in the wrong partnership. Think of it like pruning a tree. You cut off the dead branches and suddenly the healthy ones thrive. The same principle applies to your life. By letting go of what drags you down, be it relationships, jobs, or habits, you make room for growth, success, and fulfillment. So here's the takeaway. Walking away isn't just an action, it's a power move. It's you saying, I know my worth and I'm not afraid to claim it. If this hit home for you, show some love, and here's a challenge for you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you're walking away from to level up your life? Let's inspire each other to take those bold steps, because sometimes walking away isn't the end. It's the start of something epic.